Greetings, everybody. My name is John McLelland. What a pleasure it is to be with you this evening. I have with me my co-host, Cherrie Brady. Cherrie, are you there?
I am. Good evening, everyone.
Cherrie, you're calling in today from cold Billings, Montana. Is that correct?
Yes, we are. We are buried in snow over here.
I'll rub it in a little bit because I'm calling in from Phoenix, Arizona, but you can
I
get
know.
me back in August, okay?
I will.
Great. We'll talk more about Cherrie and her husband Sean as we move through this. But suffice it to say, those of you who have heard of them or know them or have looked them up online, they have built a massive global organization and helped many people build teams and move products. They're known in our industry and certainly well known in our company. It's my pleasure today to talk about something that is very exciting. Rarely in business will you find an announcement of this magnitude. I know there was the iPhone launch years ago, and there's been some things that are record breaking. But I promise you, as you listen to this rivals that moment because we're looking, in my opinion, at a $1 billion category for this company. And you notice the words on the slide that this company invests in landscape changing innovation. The key word there is a commitment to innovation. And they not only say that, but they practice it. It goes back to several years ago when they acquired a company by the name of Pharmanex. And Pharmanex was a company started by people with their roots in the pharmaceutical business, but they wanted to bring the disciplines and all of the careful quality that they had adhered to in the pharmaceutical world to the nutraceutical world or to nutrition. And they have done that. They did it because they had an infrastructure. It wasn't just a bunch of people subcontracting and being part time formulators, but rather labs that were located in the United States and in other places in the world. And when the company that we work for today acquired them, all of that research and development and the scientists came with that, giving us the strongest research engine, I believe, in the industry with 75 full time employed scientists. Now, while I'll just scan through these next four slides quickly, you can see the beautiful innovation centers that have been built so that we can not only be eco friendly, but we can also develop, as we've said, life changing products. And so these are just four quick views of the innovation centers. But let's lead you into what we're going to talk about today. The big announcement that we're going to make in just a minute has to do with the fact that when a person delivers a product to market, normally the quality of that price in today's world is the single most important. Regardless of the price of the product, if the quality isn't there, if somebody doesn't know that they've selected the very best ingredients sourced all over the world to make sure that it is perfect, that they know all of the structure from the chemical ingredients and it's standardized. It's not one bottle's more potent than the other, or one bottle has in it something that the other one doesn't, and that it's safe. The tests have been done to prove that the bad things that shouldn't be in there aren't in there. And then they do the necessary studies to prove that. That is what we call the success process. And the product that we will announce in just a minute comes under our Epoch line, another innovation to this company. When the company said we want to take the wisdom of the ages, all the indigenous knowledge from the people that have been out there in these wonderful cultures in the world and have this great rainforest type environments and have these life changing products. Epic is the name of the product category. And so, with that, it is my pleasure to announce with Cherrie Brady the introduction of the Epic Essential Oils for Nu Skin. Now, Cherrie, knowing your background and how much you love essential oils, your use with them personally and with some clients, you must be ecstatic.
I have to tell you, John, I haven't been this excited about a product launch for a very long time. I am thrilled that we are going into the essential oil business. Um, I love them. I use them personally. I've used them personally for years. And I think that this is a market that is going to capture everyone's interest as soon as they get into it and realize how powerful these essential oils are.
Cherrie, I'm going to actually go through a few slides, but I want you to comment on each one of these. How important is that 6S process that I mentioned earlier? When you're looking at an essential oil, do these things matter that it has in it what it's supposed to and does not have in it, and the purity?
I think it's critical because I actually started using essential oils because I was very, very sick. And I realized I had to go an alternative route to actually healing to get my health back. And that led me to essential oils. And in looking at essential oils, I realized I needed the best of the essential oils. I needed them to be pure. I needed to make sure there were no pesticides or anything in them that shouldn't be in there because I just couldn't have oils that were tainted with any kind of toxins. So the 6S process, knowing that these oils pass this is going to be critical for me and for a lot of people that knowing that they're that pure.
Cherrie, I've watched you improve in your health because of the things you just mentioned, and in fact, you've helped me. And I think we've all realized, no matter what our age is, that it doesn't matter how much money we acquire or all of the luxuries of home. If we don't have our health, we don't have anything.
No, we don't. I mean, you can have the best life ever, and as soon as your health goes, it doesn't matter what else is going on. You can't enjoy it. You can't travel. You can't do any of the things. You're just worried about surviving and getting healthy again. And I think that everyone's turning that way. Everybody's starting to look at their health. They're starting to read labels. It's an area that we are perfect for with a lot of our products that we already have, but moving into the oils makes us even more perfect for that marketplace.
It's a great segue. As you said, people are looking for a more natural way. This slide here really explains that better. And I find it fascinating that this younger millennial group seems to almost intuitively understand the power of these type of products. But all ages, is that your experience? All ages are enjoying this product category.
Yeah, they really are enjoying this product category. I mean, people are reading labels now. People are starting to understand that we have to be careful what we put on our body, what we inhale, what we put on our skin, what we put in our bodies. And I mean, I personally eat organic, non GMO, everything. And so I want my cleaning supplies, everything, I want them to be without toxins and I want them to be pure. And one of the ways to do that is to use essential oils. And so I'm not a millennium, I'm not a younger person. And in my age group, we all like oils. We're all going natural. We're all trying to get healthy. And I think that the launch of this is perfect. The timing's perfect. Like I said, I couldn't be more excited about it.
And I agree. My whole life has not been natural living, thoughtful behaviors, and mindful experiences, but I can tell you it is today. And it's important to me that I go to my grave with that. So, Cherrie, this next slide looks like a whole bunch of, of incredibly exciting and energetic herbs
Yeah.
and foods. But tell us a little bit about this ability to pick these things and how the world is connecting through this.
Well, New Skin is sourcing, they're not growing their own lavender, they're not growing their own peppermint. They're sourcing it from around the world. They're looking for places that are not using pesticides, that are organic, and they're using distillers that are doing the same thing. Now, I know a lot of people make that claim, but New Skin has got the facilities to back up that claim. That they can run tests on it and prove that, look, there's nothing in here but what's supposed to be in here. And for me, that's huge. I need to know that when I use peppermint or something like that, that's what I'm using is just pure peppermint oil or pure lemon oil. So I think that that's essential. Plus, I love that we're sourcing it out of these countries with these people who are focused on growing organic stuff. We're helping people all over the world, and part of it is donated back. It's like a perfect little system.
Well, thank you for that. And I think it's fair to say there are some good essential oil products and companies out there. We're making a claim today this company intends to be the best.
Yeah, well, I'm excited about that because I when I look for oils, I don't buy them all from one company because I feel like this company has the best oil of this kind. This company has the best oil of this kind. So I buy a variety of different oils wherever I think I can find the best one. It's going to be so nice to be able to just buy the our oils because they'll be the best ones.
Yeah, Sherry, and going back then to the root of these products, literally the root, the indigenous cultures have held these secrets for years in their little communities and their little towns. But it takes a company with the proper relationships to be able to go into those indigenous cultures and to break down all of the properties of these amazing, amazing remedies for, say, aromatherapy.
Mhm. Yeah, and we've got those connections.
You've met this gentleman on the next slide, Dr. Paul Cox, one of the world's leading ethnobotanists. I don't know how many languages he speaks. Do you remember? It's double digit.
I don't, but he is so much fun to talk to because he loves this kind of stuff. This is his whole world, healing the world with plants. That's where he comes from. And this category is perfect for him because he thinks this way. He's devoted his whole life to this and he believes in this kind of stuff and we're lucky to have him right now.
We are, Sherry. You know, I was interested to read that we didn't choose him, he chose us.
Oh,
Uh,
really? I
Yes,
did.
he had had some experiences in the rainforest, and he was worried about preservation and the cutting down the trees, and he was wanting to align with some people that really felt the same way he did and would take care of rainforest and would appreciate these plants and the sources of them and approach this company. So, what a great marriage made in heaven, so to speak.
Yes, I agree. I think it is.
Okay, so now back to again. I loved your comment. You haven't been able to find a company to this point where you could buy all of yours. You just sourced some of the best ones. But as we go through these, Sherry, one by one, maybe you can just tell the people who are listening today. Many of them won't even know what we're talking about, and some may have used these. But I put up a few of my favorites that I'm hearing about. Tell us about, for example, the ethnobotanical peppermint.
Oh yeah, like we're introducing three individual oils, and peppermint is one of them. And of the three that we're introducing, peppermint would be my favorite of the three. And if you've never used oils, two of the ways that they work is inhaling them. So if you breathe them in through your nose, it goes straight to the brain and it can affect the limbic system of the brain, which affects your emotions and your mood and your heart rate and all that kind of stuff. And then you also can put them on the skin, and the skin is, permeable. So what you put on the skin can go in and affect the body that way. So peppermint, if you need some clarity of your brain, you need to think clearer, you can just inhale peppermint and it starts to all come back. You start feeling clear and focused. And then I also love this to rub on sore muscles or to put on my temples if I'm having a headache. I use peppermint on dryer sheets or in the rinse load of the wash if I need to make sure that the smell comes out of something. Um, Peppermint's just one of my favorites. It's endless what you can do with just this one oil.
That's amazing. I wished I had known about that when I was raising teenagers.
Yes, really. Yeah,
uh,
you can put it in the dryer when you are drying sports shoes, for instance, and it clears all the smell out and sanitizes them. It's great stuff.
Amazing. We're just touching on these, but to talk a little bit about lavender.
Lavender is mostly a soothing oil. So the way I use it most of the time is I put drops of it in the bathtub to take a lavender bath, or you can rub it on. We Nu Skin's actually launching a skin oil with this that you can put these drops in the oil and then you can rub this onto your skin. And so if you're traveling and you have a tendency to get swollen feet when you're in those tight planes, or you start aching someplace, you can rub this on and it'll be amazing the difference that you feel. It'll start to get the circulation moving and soothe things. So lavender is an all around great oil. It's a good one to start with.
And I love the fragrance. I just love it.
Hmm.
Lemon.
And it's an energizing oil. It's also used for purifying, so you can purify surfaces with it. You can smell it. It'll energize your, it just it seems to be a really vibrant oil. It's a great oil.
And as you can see from the three slides we've shown already, we've covered many remote parts of the world where these medicinal virtues were discovered. And so this is no small task to source and make sure you're getting not only the right ethnobotanical, but you're also getting the purest form and you're understanding its use. So uh, we're so happy to have the array of scientists to help us do that. But that's not all, Cherrie. In addition to the three individuals, there's something about blends. Tell us about the 5 blends we see on the screen.
Well, I love these 5 blends because they will be replacing 5 of some of my favorite blends. And I'm sure a lot of other people are using blends right now, and they'll find these. I have not personally got to smell these blends, but I have seen the list of ingredients, and I cannot wait to smell these blends. So the first one on there is Assure. It is a like a sanitizing oil. You could dilute it down in a spray bottle and take it with you and spray it on surfaces like on planes and stuff that you're going to touch. You can put it in the diffusers, which New Skin's launching some brilliant diffusers, and in your house to like help control flu viruses and stuff in the air to purify the air. You can put it in some water to clean the house with. You can put it in the washing machine. I mean, you can put a couple of drops in whatever hand sanitizer you're using, or hand cleanser that you're using by your sink. This one I'm so excited about because for years I've said that we need is a few more replacement products. And what I mean by that is products that replace what people are using every day in their house. And so that they can keep their volumes up without spending more money than they would normally spend. This is the base product, but the products that can come from that are huge. I mean, I can see that we could move into, cleaning supplies with this, and hand washes with this, and laundry detergents with this, and mouth sprays with this. I'm really excited about the Sure. I'm also very excited about Move because I always carry some kind of oil in my purse for sore muscles or something like that. So if I'm by someone who has a sore neck or their wrist hurts or something, I can give them an oil and they rub it on and they're amazed at how fast the pain goes away and the soreness goes away. And when we have something like this is like a couple second demonstration, and people will be saying, "Oh, wow, where did you get that?" So we are a company that demonstrates the difference, but it'll never be easier than it will be with these oils. We can demonstrate with the spa and with the scanner, but that takes a little bit longer than demonstrating with these oils. These oils is really like a 60-second demonstration, and people are going to be saying, "Where did you get that? And how can I get some?" So the Brisk, it would replace products that I have that when people have a stuffy nose or they're having trouble breathing or they just want some clarity, they can breathe the Brisk. And you can just say, "Here, put a little bit of this on your hands and inhale it." And within seconds, they're going to be able to tell a difference. And then the Burst will bring clarity and energy. It's got that citrus in it, like the lemon that we were talking about. It'll bring your energy up, bring your mood up, bring your clarity up. And then the Unwind, it'll help you to relax at the end of the day. Or just a quick story. I was sitting at a basketball game with someone, and it was packed, and there was excitement in the game. And the person that I went with started to having a little bit of anxiety, and was thinking she might need to leave because there's too many people there. And I had some oils in my purse, and I said, just put these on your hand and start inhaling them. And it wasn't even like 45 seconds later, she was like, wow, I already feel better. She said, this feels so good. She said, how does this work? And I do know how they work, but I said, I have no idea, but they work. Isn't it great? And she wanted to buy some. And so I don't sell them. I didn't have them to sell because I'm a new skin distributor and we didn't have oils, but I told her that she could go buy them at certain places. But that is just how easy these things are going to be to demonstrate and to sell. We've never had a product that will be this easy to demonstrate and this easy to sell. So if you are feeling like, oh, I don't know oils, this can't be my category, I don't really want to sell these. Well, it'll only take you like 2 days and it will be your category, and you'll be able to show them to people. You'll be able to have people experience them and demonstrate the difference like quickly. This is a category that is huge. I know we're only starting with 8 oils, but that's the exciting part, is like we are at the very beginning of a new network marketing company. And we've got this billion-dollar company behind us that has all these facilities and stuff, but this is brand new. They're going to introduce, there are, I don't know, I guess like 100 individual essential oils, but there's endless blends. And then they'll move into other things with those blends. So I don't know if I can get you to understand this, that we are at the very, very ground floor of these oils. And this is something that you're really, really going to want to take advantage of. So I've been in Nu Skin like 26 years, and there are windows and moments that have changed our business. And when we look back on them during those windows, we always feel like, wow, if we would have just worked a little harder in that window, we'd be doing even better. Not that we're doing bad, we're doing great. But and our downline feels the same way. Well, we should have really worked that window. Well, this is one of those windows. These products, you do not want to just dabble with this or think, no, I'm going to run with something else. This is one of those moments. This is one of those windows. These products you can build an enormous business with, and you want to work as hard as you can now and grab your piece of the market, because when they start growing and adding more oils and adding more products, you've got your distributor people in place, and your business just is just going to grow as this area of business grows.
Cherrie, you said some very, very important things there, and I want to touch on them to the people who are listening. Um, it is a very, very important moment in time, and I concur with you 100%. I've studied our industry. I've looked at the two companies that are approaching $1 billion in this same essential oil category. And it comes back to how easy this is to sample and demonstrate. And people are moved emotionally by it, and they're almost compelled to talk to people. And that's the secret we've known from day one. Give me products that are visual and emotional, and people will talk about them and that they'll use voluntarily every day and consume them. And so,
Yes.
you know, um,
uh,
go
I
ahead.
agree, John, and I feel like the price point, because of this price point, because of the simplicity, and because it's all natural, we are going to capture a piece of the market that we haven't really been able to tap into recent before, and that's the millennial group. This is exactly what they're looking for. It's in their price range, it's green, it's natural, it's something they can demonstrate easily, it's something that can work into their life and show all their friends. We can easily capture that market along with all the other markets. But that one I am particularly excited about because we've had so much trouble getting into that group, because we're an anti-aging nutrition company, and they really haven't even thought along those lines yet. Plus, their expendable income is not huge. This product is perfect for them. And if you've watched the people going into these big conventions for these other essential oil companies, a lot of them are that age group. And I'm just completely excited that we've got something to offer them that they can really run with. And I think it's going to make a big difference to all of our businesses.
And I'm excited for that group as well. You know, on the screen right now, it says Nu Skin donates 25 cents of every essential oil purchase, and it goes to a Force for Good Foundation. I think not only the group you've just talked about, but all people, the kind we would want to attract, want to give back. It's more than the money to them. And to know that you're associated with a company that has a Force for Good Foundation, if you were to Google that in and see all of the good they've done through the years, and to know that that's also associated with Nourish the Children and a product called Vitamil, where 400 million meals now have been delivered to not just starving, but malnourished children in some of the most remote places in the world. That's why we do what we do. Yes, we want to make money, and yes, we want to have great products that change people's lives. But we also want to have a mindset and a mission, if you will, to do good and to be a force for good. And you can see that here. So I know, Cherrie, you and your husband, Sean, contribute to this. It comes out of every purchase. With building our business and making money, we can also save lives and change the world.
Yeah, the Nourish the Children program allows each person as an individual to actually impact the world and to be a force for good in the world. It allows each one of us to be that. And I love the Force for Good Foundation. I think it's ingenious. And if people don't understand it, I would love to explain it to them. It is really a genius way of solving a lot of the world issues, and I love it, and I'm so glad we're donating back to it with each bottle.
As am I. Well, you mentioned diffusers. Why don't you just here we see the bamboo porcelain with ultrasonic technology. You know, the company just does things the right way, don't they? And then there's a little portable one you can put in your purse, your car, travel with it. How do we use these, Cherrie? What are they for?
Well, I like to diffuse them in the house. I love the portable one. I don't have one of those, so I'm excited about this portable one. You can take it with you into hotel rooms. You know, you can use the Assure in there and clean up the air and clean up the environment so that you feel like you're breathing a little bit healthier from all the people that have been in the room previously. You just put a few drops of oil in there, and then it disperses it into the air into like a really fine mist, and so you're inhaling it, and people that come in inhale it. And let me just tell you something wonderful about these diffusers or a diffuser. Um, for Christmas, lots of times I have given my friends and my family essential oils, and they love them. But I gave an essential oil that was similar to the Unwind to a friend of mine who's a school teacher. And after seeing how it made her react, she got a diffuser and put it in her classroom at school because she works with a lot of hyperactive and troubled kids. And when they come in after lunch and from recess, she puts this unwind oil in the diffuser, and everybody's back on track. The classroom's quiet, everybody's able to relax, unwind, and get back into their business. So I'm excited that we're doing diffusers and that we're doing oils. You can't tell, can you? I am so excited about this category.
There would be at least 6 school teachers, if they listen to that, would wish they'd had that when I was in their class, for
Yeah.
sure. uh, well, let me, as we wrap this up, let me share with you a little bit of my background. Feel blessed that we have had the success we've had in business, but I'm often asked about that success. You know, how did you do it? How did you know this was a good company? And I heard a former NFL football player share his success once, and he said, I believe I was blessed with the gift of recognition, and it hit me. And for whatever reason in my life, I have been able to recognize not only companies, but marketing strategies and timing windows like Cherrie talked about. It's like a sixth sense to me. And that has been the catalyst to my success because I can't put 100% into anything that I don't believe it's going to have a positive result. And so, for those of you listening, if you have any questions, I mean, literally to me, this is like the iPod was to the MP3. If you looked at the two devices, the MP3 was small and compact and could hold songs, and so could the iPod. It was no big difference. But it was the foundational piece of iTunes that made that such a monster. It was the infrastructure they had behind. Yes, we have essential oils, and so do other people. But no one in this industry has that infrastructure we have to be able to deliver ongoing innovative products. And so, this relentless focus on the future, as today is another example, put tomorrow's products in your hands today. It's absolutely critical that we align ourselves with that company and that we, as you can see on this screen, what we talked about earlier, you can take the rainforest and giving back to that, the Force for Good Foundation, the Nourish the Children, the all of the good, none of the bad, all of these slogans and things that were originated clear back in the 80s continue to be relevant today. And in fact, probably more relevant to this group of people who say, I don't just want to make money and die rich. I want to make money and make a difference. And if I die knowing I did, I die a wonderful death.
Mm.
So, so Cherrie, this kind of wraps it up for today. I have a quote on here. This is my son and I. I know that you and Sean were in Malawi the same time we were, and you experienced the Nourish the Children. But I found this quote that really summed up, after that experience, how I feel about what we're doing and what we're going to do with essential oils. And that is, our reward for reaching our career goals is not only what we get for it, but what we become by it. And I believe that as we share these oils and as we help people build businesses and reach financial security and financial freedom, that they are going to thank us and we are going to be feeling like we have made a significant difference in the world. I'd be interested in your closing comments, Cherrie.
I absolutely agree with you, and I love this quote. And I have always felt this way about New Skin, that the real beauty with New Skin is that you are sharing a product that you believe in, that you know is the best, and a company that is positive, they're family oriented, they're out trying to help people. And at the end of it, when you come out at the other side of it, you are going to like the person that you have become. You're going to like the person looking back at you in the mirror, because you really have become a force for good in the world. You really have become someone who has impacted the world. And I personally am a terrible salesperson. I cannot sell. But if I love something, I tell everybody about it. And I share my excitement and my enthusiasm. And that's what Nu Skin has allowed me to do, is to share something that I love and that I totally believe in. So I am able to be a salesperson, but if I had to sell something I didn't believe in, I could not do it. And I think that's one of the wonderful things about Nu Skin, is that we can tell people about the products and know that we're telling them about the best products and that we're giving them the best that there is. And I love that quote, John. I'm going to remember that one.
Well, thank you. Well, for all of you who have joined us today, we hope that you will listen to this. We'll be doing a webinar approximately every 2 weeks until we launch on the first week of May. That's when this product will become available. Stay tuned, keep in touch, share this. Remember, this company didn't say we want to be a big company or we want to help a lot of people and just leave it kind of nebulous out there, but rather their vision is to become the world's leading direct selling company. Doing what? Not just creating sales, but by generating more income for our sales leaders than any other company. I believe the announcement that was made to you today by watching this, of Nu Skin entering into the essential oils market through their Epoch line, their rainforest line, with the acquisition of Pharmanex to be able to test. And so it can be pure for sure. It's going to be for sure pure. And that's what everybody's looking for. Thank you so much for
Uh,
joining us. Thank you, Cherrie. Any closing comments?
Now, I just would like to tell the distributors out there not to waste time with this one because this really is one of those moments, one of those windows, and I just want to thank New Skin for doing this, for going down this road, and thank you, John, for doing these webinars and making everybody aware of the huge opportunity that's in front of us.
Thank you so much. Bye now, everybody. Get busy. Have fun.